What's the next stage?
Hey there! Welcome to the Neowestern show with me, Neowestern. Today we're going to talk about another anime, the one known as Trigun. Trigun follows the story of the man known as Vash Stampede, who has a $60 billion double bounty on his head after destroying the city known as July. Despite this reputation, Vash is a pretty stand-up guy who hates killing and violence, traits that will be continually tested over and over again throughout the show, which is what makes Vash such an interesting character, as all Vash wants to do is just eat donuts and help people out in the various cities he goes to, but the world just won't let him do that. Whether it be an entire city of people hunting him down for his bounty, or a woman pouring all the hate she has towards him for destroying July, Vash is always met with hate by others. But in each of these instances, alongside the many others like them, Vash continues to be positive and oftentimes ends up saving the people who hates him in the process. Something that gets even sadder once you learn about his past. But before we get into that, let's talk about the characters that accompany Vash throughout the series. The first two are Meryl and Millie, who are members of the Bernadelli Insurance Company, who want to find Vash in order to charge him for the insurance he owes for all the destruction he accidentally caused in his journey. The two of them are fine, Meryl being a tomboy and Millie being this friendly giant type of character. They honestly do a decent job of fleshing Vash out, as the first two that really realize how harmless Vash is, mainly being more in disbelief that Vash is such apparently terrible person despite being such a goofy guy. But overall, it's pretty understandable why in most discussions of the series, they're overshadowed by the final member of the main cast, Nicholas D. Wolfwood, a traveling priest. Despite his religious faith, he's a freaking killer, contrasting Vash, a man who is scared by the mere thought of taking another person's life, but I think that taking another person's life is a choice that you just have to make sometimes. It's not something that he wants to do, but believe it's the best option a lot of the time. But over time, he becomes more and more ashamed of this belief, due to becoming friends with Vash, but that sadly only leads to his demise, as the one time he chooses not to kill ends in his death, which only hurts Vash all the more in the end, as another person he cares about died because of him. But who was the person who killed Wolfwood? That's not really important, but the group he's a part of is, that being the Gun Ho Guns, a group created to torment Vash by Vash's twin brother, Knives. The character we see the most out of this group is the right-hand man to Knives, Legato, who's a weirdo who can manipulate people. Power they use to just have people massacre each other, which he mainly does to mess with Vash, to the point where Legato has Vash kill him in order to just mess with bro emotion. All of which is done for essentially no reason, at least in the anime. So the manga hadn't gotten to that part of the story, which in some ways kind of makes him scarier, as you literally have a guy who's hell-bent on just messing with a man to the point where he smiles while dying, because you know he'll traumatize him, all just for basically no reason. This then leads to the final villain of Knives, himself, who unlike Legato, isn't really helped by how early in the manga's lifespan of the anime was made, causing his motivation and overall presence in the anime to be weird, as him and Vash were originally from Earth, living on a spaceship trying to find a new planet for humans to live on after Earth's destruction. Yeah, unlike what the environment of the anime would make you think, this isn't just the Old West or something, this is another planet in the far future. But anyway, Knives would eventually kill everyone on the spaceship, including him and Vash's mother figure, Rem, because one of the people on the ship were rude to him and Vash. Yeah, again, the anime version didn't really give Knives all that much in terms of motivation of such an evil and vindictive person. They don't even really explain what him and Vash are that well, since they're like aliens grown in lamps. But what Knives lacks in his own character adds a lot more to Vash, as seeing a guy who lived the exact same experience as Vash be such a terrible person makes Vash being such a good person way more impactful. Like, the fact that like Vash went through so much hatred by the world, some of which also caused by Knives, and still has such a smile on his face, still wants to help and protect all these people, still never wants to see another person die, like, it just makes me like him more. Also, the final fight him and Knives have, despite being so brief, is actually pretty well animated, and you also get to see their weird superpowers, where their arms become like giant cannons with wings on them. Again, not well explained, but cool. So again, I would say Trigun's a pretty good anime. While you can definitely tell by the end all the filling in and fast-checking of plot points they have to do in order to create a decent 26-episode experience out of an unfinished manga, they did a pretty good job, I would say, creating a lovable cast of characters that I'm generally interested in enough to maybe finally read the manga, or just watch the movie they made 12 years later after the anime, or the 3D reboot released this year. No matter what way I do it, I'm interested in coming back to Trigun Sunday. But that was just me. Neowestern signing out.